Hi everyone, Andy Pickering here with another crypto conversation video. Yes, indeed. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or something like that, do encourage you to find this video on the Brave New Coin YouTube channel because I'm going to use some visual references again in today's quick video. So I was supposed to do a podcast today with one of the guys from Bitstamp, the Bitstamp exchange, but my guest from Bitstamp was sick and he has postponed until tomorrow. So hopefully have that one for you tomorrow. But in the meantime, we've got to keep the content machine moving. So look, what else is there to do except do a little bit of a crypto market sentiment check? And the way we're going to do that is just going to scroll through the crazy days of crypto Twitter, Elon Musk, Bitcoin, Tesla, and all that good stuff, right? Yes. So you may remember last week, Elon Musk, he sent out this tweet on Tesla, or on behalf of Tesla. And basically, he just said that Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. And the reason he gave for this was, of course, the fossil fuel, the Bitcoin mining increasing using fossil fuels. And of course, this goes against his environmental goals. So, as we all know, Bitcoin responded not very well, actually. And so Bitcoin is actually now down today, right now, to, about 43,500. So that's quite a steep drop. You can see Bitcoin has lost 22% in the last 7 days. That's obviously not great. Doesn't necessarily mean that this is the end of the bull market at all. In fact, there is an argument to be made that these kind of corrections are very healthy in Bitcoin or crypto bull markets, and they're certainly not unusual. So it wouldn't necessarily need to be too worried yet, but we'll see what happens in the days and weeks ahead as to whether this was actually the top and it's down from here, or we recover, we consolidate, and then eventually the bull market resumes. So look, we'll just have to wait and see. But this is the fear and greed index. So the fear and greed index, you can see last week it was 72 greed, and last month when Bitcoin was up at those all-time highs, extreme greed. And when it is up at these extreme levels, that tends to be an indication that maybe a local top could be in, or just the market is a little bit overheated and over leveraged, and perhaps due some kind of correction. And that's often what tends to happen. And the reverse is also true. So now that we are down in fear, and look, extreme fear yesterday, no one knows what will happen, but historically those are perhaps better times to buy than when the market is overheated and greedy. So yeah, just sentiment check there. Now look, just going back to Elon, because again, there's an argument to be made that Elon himself has crashed the markets with his statement last week, but the other side of that is perhaps the market was already overheated and due a correction, and Elon was just one of the catalysts to help it along. Look, it doesn't really matter either way. Elon certainly has not helped things, but if we're talking about sentiment, I just want to see. So you've got guys like Peter McCormack, and I'm not picking on Peter. I'm just using Peter here because he's the biggest Bitcoin podcaster in Bitcoin and across crypto, and he does a great job. And you could argue that I guess Peter is if not a Bitcoin maximalist, certainly heading in that direction. So I'm just using Peter as a sort of an example of the sentiment against Elon, right? So Peter wrote this Twitter thread, and it's actually it's a pretty good Twitter thread, and I don't really disagree with anything that Peter says. So I won't run through every word here, but the gist of it is he says, "Dear Elon, the perfect troll is one where people don't know whether it is a troll or not. Your recent poorly informed criticism of Bitcoin and support for Doge may be the perfect troll, or you might actually believe this. God, I hope you don't, is what Peter says. Anyway, so he talks about how Elon is setting Doge investors up to get wrecked and making it harder or increasing the workload for Bitcoiners. So he says, Doge is a meme, it's a joke, it has no real devs, and I'm going to come back to that, and serves little purpose beyond coin flipping. He says the block size debate is over. Bitcoin is the only meaningfully decentralized cryptocurrency that solves the problems caused by central banking. Come back to that point as well. So yeah, decentralization is the key. And so he goes on, and then he talks about how he's getting texts and DMs from friends and randoms asking whether they should invest in Doge. And look, this is fairly common experience across crypto at the moment. I've had a number of those texts and messages myself. Anyway, if we get to the end of the thread, gosh, you do go on, don't you, Pete? Come on. So he says at the end, from one dick to another, I hope you stop being a dick. That's Pete's British sense of humor. I understand that. Elon. So Elon does reply. Elon replied to this thread and said that obnoxious threads like this make me want to go all in on Doge. And yeah, I mean, very funny, Elon. So Chainlink God. You gotta love these Twitter avatars, these Twitter pseudo-anonymous personalities. And again, I mean, this is one of the a small digression here. This is the power of Twitter, right? Is you've got everyone from the world's richest man, Elon Musk, one of the most powerful people in the world, for good or bad, right through to people like Peter, the world's biggest Bitcoin podcaster, and then Pepe the Frog, Chainlink God guy. And all of these people are just engaging in rational, well, is it rational? They're engaging in debate and putting their opinions out there for the world to see. And I think, Twitter is an incredibly valuable platform for kind of allowing that to happen. Okay, what was I saying? So Chainlink replies to Elon and he says, Elon, why this thread is a bit adversarial in its tone. And again, that's just Pete's British sense of humor. It does have some truth in that Dogecoin is orders of magnitude more centralized in terms of node count and supply distribution than existing cryptos like Bitcoin. That's probably a fair comment. I agree with that. Elon replies and he says, well, actually, Mr. Chainlink God, Bitcoin is actually highly centralized with a supermajority controlled by a handful of big mining companies. So there was a single coal mine in China that flooded, almost killing miners, and Bitcoin's hash rate dropped to 35% as a result. So, Bitcoin, Elon is saying Bitcoin is not as decentralized as everyone would think. And while that is probably true as well, I always like to say, decentralization is it's a journey, not necessarily a destination. So, the point is we're getting there. And then I thought this was interesting as well. So Elon says, hey, cryptocurrency experts, ever heard of PayPal? Don't you know it could be possible that maybe even I know more than you realize about how money works, is what Elon says. And of course, what he's referring to there is Elon was he's part of the PayPal mafia, and I guess one of the founders of PayPal. Now, of course, the problem with this argument, and I think Ari Paul makes the counterpoint to Elon really well here when he says, PayPal is why we make fun of Dogecoin. We've had instant free payments for 20 plus years. So, that's sure, PayPal's good for instant quick free payments. And if Elon gets his way, maybe Doge will be good for quick, easy free payments. But that's it's not necessarily what Bitcoin is about. That's part of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is also, it's about being able to provide permissionless, decentralized, secure transactions that are censorship resistant and no one can stop them, right? So, that's what Bitcoin does. And of course, the cost of that is proof of work. Now, Bitcoin kept tanking. What's kept tanking since Elon started these tweets, right? To the point where someone said to Elon, Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out that Tesla dumped the rest of their Bitcoin holdings. And with the amount of hate Elon is getting, I wouldn't blame him. And Elon couldn't help himself. He replied to this tweet and said, "Indeed." So, of course, the market interpreted this as saying, completely speculating that Elon or Tesla had already dumped their Bitcoin or would dump their Bitcoin. So, of course, the Bitcoin price just kept going down, so much so that effectively just yesterday, 17 hours ago, Elon was forced to come out and clarify that speculation, and say that Tesla has not sold any Bitcoin. So, yeah, okay, that's cool, Elon. Good that you haven't sold any Bitcoin, but the damage at this point has been done, right? So, yeah. That aside, that's kind of where we are at with Elon. I don't know if anyone's too happy with Elon at the moment. I'll come back to that point, but for now, I just want to touch base on Doge. So, back 4 days ago, seems like a lifetime ago, Elon said that he was working with Doge devs to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising. What's interesting, this is a bit confusing because there was a CoinMarketCap republished this article from someone, Bruce Fenton, who supposedly might be a lead developer at Dogecoin, and he says that Elon Musk never contacted the Dogecoin team. Except the plot thickens because over here, Decrypt report that Dogecoin developer Ross Nickel says that Elon started talking to him and the Dogecoin team back in 2019. Like, what? Really? So, there's some major implications if this is true, and well, it looks to be true, right? So, he says, Nickel said that Musk had been in touch with Dogecoin's development team back in 2019, and Musk actually offered to fund Dogecoin development, but the team politely turned down the offer. But so effectively what they're saying is, yeah, they've been consulting or working with Elon since 2019, which, yeah, kind of is interesting, right? Now, you may recall, I don't have the tweet here, do I? Yeah, never mind. It was back in 2019 when Elon did tweet that Dogecoin was his favorite cryptocurrency, right? And it was around then that he was made the unofficial CEO of Dogecoin, and so that's when this relationship with the Dogecoin devs started. Now, this is interesting, right? This tweet thread here, it's just a bit of fun. It's speculation, but this guy Adam wrote a interesting little detective some detective work that he put together to write this Twitter thread, which is basically an analysis of a Doge wallet and a Bitcoin wallet that have some similarities, right? And this particular Doge wallet actually owns 28% of the Doge supply. So that's a lot of Doge. And he says basically in February, the start of 2019, this wallet started accumulating a lot of Doge, right? So now, and as I say, now owns 28% of all Dogecoin. So this is a Doge whale, if not the Doge whale, and it could be Elon. And if it was Elon, he started accumulating in early 2019, which just goes to show the kind of game he's playing here. So I won't read everything, but basically he links this Doge wallet to this Bitcoin wallet, and they've both been getting transactions that are around the same time. So it's a big Doge whale, big Bitcoin whale, could be Elon. So here's the tweet that I was talking about from April 2019. Elon says Dogecoin might be my favorite cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool. And so does it make sense that just 2 months before this tweet, he started to accumulate Dogecoin? I mean, the timeline fits. And interestingly, if that is Elon's Doge wallet and Bitcoin wallet, Elon, there's 103,000 Bitcoin in that Bitcoin wallet, which is, yeah, pretty sizable holding. Now, Adam says, let's look at some Easter eggs with the smaller inputs into this Doge wallet. So when he says Easter eggs, what he's talking about is a lot of the Doge transaction amounts are actually Elon's birthday. So yeah, that is kind of interesting, right? And there are also dozens of transactions with 69 Doge or 420 Doge or anything like that. So yeah. Other Easter egg, and this one's even more interesting, is patent and part numbers. So there's transaction amounts that equal composite cylinder head assembly number for, is that something for Tesla? Yeah, I don't know. But so this one is a possible Solar City part number as a Doge transaction input. Yeah, I don't know. It's like we're really down the Dogecoin conspiracy rabbit hole right now. Yeah, I don't know. Look, you're going to have to, I don't know what to make of that thread. I just thought it's interesting. I mean, someone could easily just be having a bit of fun there and trying to, fit Elon up, or it could be him. It's the kind of thing he would do. Now, at the same time, it's not just Bitcoin going down, right? Bitcoin has gone down a lot. So is Tesla. Tesla shares, I think they're down about 4% in the last week. But so much so that Elon he's no longer the world's richest man. He's now the world's second richest person. The richest person in the world is Bernard Arnault, who, if you don't know who he is the owner of Moet, the Moet Hennessy Group, which owns Louis Vuitton and Moet, the champagne brand, and all sorts of other luxury goods and services and stuff like that. So that's old school wealth, whereas Elon is definitely a new school wealth. But yeah, so interesting. I said before, it's not just Bitcoiners that are upset against Tesla. Against it's not just Bitcoiners that are upset with Elon. I would think the Tesla board might have a bone to pick with Elon right now as well, and obviously Tesla shareholders as well. So yeah, I mean, I just wonder if Elon is starting to regret any of this or not. Now, not only this, the plot thickens, right? So Michael Burry, if you don't know who Michael Burry is, he is the guy that was, the movie The Big Short, which was the kind of the Big Short against the US subprime mortgage housing crisis, right? When that all went absolutely tits up, this guy made a fortune because of The Big Short. Now that's a classic movie, of course. Do recommend you watch that if you haven't seen it. But the reason this is interesting is Michael Burry, and people respect him. If he goes short on something, you don't necessarily want to be on the other side of a Michael Burry trade. However, who's on the other side of his latest 530 million bet? Well, it's Tesla, right? So just something to watch there. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, people have tried to short Tesla before, and that's never worked out well. So again, it's just, is the sentiment shifting? I don't know. Where's the narrative going? Something to watch. All right, now let's switch gears slightly. So the point of today is, really just using Twitter to kind of have a bit of fun and see what's going on in crypto, right? And so we've kind of tracked the latest developments and the ever unfolding Elon and Tesla narrative. Let's finish off with just a bit of fun. So most people, do you guys know who Dave Portnoy is? I guess you guys probably do. Crypto Twitter tease Dave for having lettuce hands, right? Because he famously bought Bitcoin, I don't know when it was, maybe last year, and then sold it for a loss just before Bitcoin really started to go parabolic towards the end of last year. So that was unfortunate for Dave. Then he since bought a whole single Bitcoin, became a whole coiner a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. So he owns one Bitcoin. But now Dave, because he can't help himself, well, he wants to get into the shitcoin game. That's what he says, right? So this video, which he posted earlier this morning, is just him announcing which shitcoin it is. Let's just watch for a little bit, because this is what's mildly entertaining. It's certainly ridiculous. Take it away, Dave.
To get Doge.
Which one are you going to pick, Dave?
Doge, which I think is also sort of a Barstool coin that I don't know is real. Ass. Caleb Presley, I think, invented this. Doge, do I partner with Elon and be the 1-2 punch that you see in the superhero movie that you can't break? Who's it going to be?
So this is Dave. He's announcing which can't make this up, which shitcoin he's going to invest in. Of course, he's already invested. Come on, Dave.
The answer is SafeMoon. SafeMoon is now in the Dave Portnoy business and vice versa. Why? I don't know fucking why. It could be a Ponzi scheme. I like the word moon because that's where I want to go. So I'm buying SafeMoon. I also like how if any fuckers sell it out there, you get a 10% penalty and it disperses 5%. Everyone Ponzi. It's early. If it is a Ponzi, get in on the ground floor. To the moon, safely we go. Make my eyes blue. Make them blue. That's the new thing. I already have blue eyes. I want lasers. SafeMoon. Get in now, maybe, moon, safe. There it is. I don't know what you're doing. Invest responsibly, blah, 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 blah. SafeMoon.
Yeah, so it was Dave announcing today that he's bought 40 grand worth of SafeMoon tokens, and really just said, literally he said it could be a Ponzi scheme, but that doesn't matter as long as you get in on the ground floor. So I guess in terms of sentiment analysis, normally this would be a sign of, a bit of froth, bit of tomfoolery, but that's just what happens in crypto bull markets. Interesting that you get the self-styled, chairman of the WSB, Wall Street Bets, comes up and says that you just supported the biggest scam in the entire crypto space. All the Bitcoiners just, oh dear God, man. Dave doesn't care. He's doing what he does, but it's just like, SafeMoon? Really? I don't even know what SafeMoon is, if I'm honest. SafeMoon. So it's a DeFi token. It's on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah. It's just, anything with the name SafeMoon. So I don't know enough about SafeMoon. So I actually asked one of the analysts here at Brave New Coin for his opinion. I won't give his name because he didn't want me to use his name, but this is what he said. I said, what's your one sentence summary on SafeMoon? And he said, SafeMoon has some very clever experimentation with tokenomics, but unfortunately, this is not understood by most holders. It is legally questionable, as a regulator could see it as a pyramid scheme, Ponzi, and it's likely to go the same way as many 2017 ICOs once the market turns bearish, which effectively means the rug is going to get pulled. That will go down fast. Yeah, so SafeMoon. Now, is there anyone more ridiculous than Dave Portnoy? Anyone else? Oh, well, there's Jake Paul, of course, famous YouTuber turned boxer, turned Floyd Mayweather nemesis. And, well, you can rely on Jake Paul. So he says he was talking about Doge before Elon. Were you though, Jake? Because remember, Elon was talking about Doge at the start of 2019. So, not sure about that one. 3 months ago, he was talking about SafeMoon. That one he was. And now he's talking about Yummy. Now, I know even less about Yummy than I know about SafeMoon. Like, what's the Yummy rank is so on CoinMarketCap, it's 2,589 tokens above it. So basically it's brand new, small little coin, just a market cap of 175 million. And so, of course, that's very attractive to someone like Jake Paul with a big audience, because he can get on, give it a nice little pumpy. Yummy Coin is on a moon mission to end world hunger. Every time a Yummy Coin is traded, a donation is being made towards a verified charity. Well, sounds nice. Sounds nice. Again, it's on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, okay. We're taking Yummy to the moon and beyond. I mean, really? All right. I can't look at that. Let's finish this off, folks. In terms of sentiment analysis, again, look, I just find it interesting how you can just scroll through Twitter, which I do every day, and you can see what people are saying and kind of figure out your own take on what may or may not be happening in markets or the world, or whatever particular niche industry you might be interested in. That is the power of Twitter. You can follow the the opinion leaders or the thought leaders, influencers, whatever you want to call them, and see what's happening. So really just doing this video for anyone maybe you don't have a Twitter account, and so maybe hopefully you found this slightly more entertaining than anyone who already spends time on crypto Twitter and will already know all this stuff. Let's finish this off. So yeah, this is just some almost paparazzi style photos of Elon arriving in Germany earlier today to check the build going on one of Tesla's gigafactories in Germany. I think that's what's happening. But so here you can see he's being driven in a Tesla. This is his driver. And Elon, you can see he's on his phone. I can't believe I'm picking on paparazzi photos of Elon, but just really interesting. Look at this expression on his face. What is he looking at? Is he looking at the Bitcoin price? Is it the Tesla price? Is he looking at all the Bitcoin maxis that are really picking on him? Is he selling his Bitcoin? I don't know. Something's really got up Elon's nose there. He's really got his knickers in a twist, right? Maybe he just learnt about the Big Short that is against him, and he's like, I don't know. All right. I hope you enjoyed that, folks. This was an interesting one. I think we'll leave it there. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crypto Conversation and whatever podcast app you are using, or here on YouTube. But yeah, that's me for today. Thanks, everyone. This was the Crypto Conversation for a brave new coin. Oh, and I should just say, normal podcasts will resume again tomorrow. So look out tomorrow for a podcast with someone from Bitstamp. All right. Like I said, this was the Crypto Conversation for brave new coin. See ya.